All praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, by Hashem Harakakadash, the bonus to our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone. Yeah, so the YouTube channel Redacted, which is a news outlet, as you can see just by looking at the title, it says, "Hang on now, Gil Bates is coming for your backyard gardens." Redacted with Clayton Morris. As the description reads, a new study suggests that urban gardens have a higher carbon footprint than, quote, conventionally grown produce. Wouldn't it stand to reason that anything that is made to scale is more energetically efficient? Why are they coming for home gardens? Is this the collectivization, or are we being paranoid? And no, because what's happening is, as we've been explaining, the wicked elite, as the scriptures refer to them as the wicked council, the secret council of the wicked, going to the book of Revelation, chapter 13, talks about the image of the beast. This image that was once wounded has been, deadly wound was healed, which is the same beast referred to in Daniel chapter 7, that fourth beast, the beast I'm referring to in Revelation 13, where it says, and his deadly wound was healed. That beast is the Roman Empire. That system was brought back and reincarnated today with America, as well as NATO and the EU, this power force. And when you study the parallels between the two, you see there are a lot of parallels between America and Rome. That's because America is Rome reincarnated. The scriptures tell you that the fourth beast will be the last beast on the earth, before the last kingdom, before the Lord comes and smite it. So the Roman Empire fell over 1,000 years ago. How is it that the Lord isn't here yet? Because the deadly wound was healed. It was in darkness for 1,000 years, pursuant to Revelation chapter 20. And it came back into power during the Renaissance period, which was approximately 1,000 years after they had failed. And during that period, they called the Renaissance as in the rebirth, basically the rebirth of the Roman Empire, the rebirth of the so-called white man and his system. That secret council of the wicked, the book of Revelation 13, goes into the image of the beast, and that image of the beast is one rulership. It's on their back of their dollar bill. I always forget the phrase, but it means, New World Order. Everything on that, actually a dollar bill, when you look at it, we've done lessons on it, I can't remember off the top of the head, goes into one world government. The eye on the pyramid goes into Big Brother, one eye watching over everything. It's a plan that's been put in place, and they're moving on their final, putting in the works, the final steps, so to speak. And in order to establish this one world government, which is the image of the beast, because I did a lesson on it. When you look up the Roman Empire, okay, Caesar, Augustus, really, I believe it was Julius Caesar who was the first Caesar, but after him it was Augustus. I believe I got it right, unless I got those two mixed up. I don't believe so, but Augustus Caesar basically did away with democracy and made everything under one ruling empire, which is the same thing today. They're taking away your ability to have your own options, the word democracy is supposed to mean for the people, demo meaning people. So if you have the so-called democracy, then it's the illusion that the people have the choice and say so of what dictates what. Well, they've been putting things into place, especially the devil on the screen here you see in the thumbnail, putting things into place to where they can relieve all rights and abilities that you may have for the sake of so-called public health risks, etc. They've been putting these in place. The WEF is a part of the secret council of the wicked. These are more steps to put in place to make an image toward the beast. That image being the Roman Empire, the one world government. Everybody's controlled by a small few, in this case, the international bankers. The people behind the scene, the people you can't see, they dictate what's right for you and what's good for you. They become your guide. And their final stamp, when you go to Revelation 13, the final stamp is going to be that mark, because it says that they made a mark of the beast, the mark. And that mark is going to be the RFID microchip, which is going to be you solidifying your stance that you are on the side with the devil, you giving them over to be your guide. They've convinced you that You need to have all your data, your money, your currency, your life on this here. And from that point on, you are now dictated under the chip, under the watch of the beast, and that you bow down to the image of the beast and say that you no longer eat meat, you no longer wear certain clothes, you no longer spend as much money on this, you will own nothing and you be happy. You are allowed them to control your life forever, and etc. And once you understand that, then you understand that the things that's come into place is to fulfill that. And our job as prophets is to warn you of that and that tell you that chip is coming next. But here's the hypocrisy of these devils.
This year's World Economic Forum in Davos, where crazies like this lady said farming is a problem and we need to start punishing people who do it.
I mean, ecocide as a word is becoming better known around the world, and the concept is generally mass damage and destruction of nature. But legally speaking, what our organisation and other collaborators aim to do is to have this recognised legally as a serious crime. Because one of the issues that sort of pervades all of this discussion is that we have a kind of cultural, very ingrained habit of not taking damage to nature as seriously as we take damage to people and property. And that, I mean, if you're campaigning for human rights, at least mass murder, torture, all of these things are serious crimes. But there's no equivalent in the environmental space. Unlike an international crime like genocide that involves a specific intent, with ecocide, what we see is actually what people are trying to do, what businesses are trying to do is make money, is farm, is fish, is do all of these things that are, producing energy and so on as well. But what's missing is the awareness and the conscience around the side effects, around the collateral damage that happens with that.
Okay, so I don't know how she intends to eat.
Coming from the devils who've committed deforestation, especially in Brazil and parts of South America, to expand, to produce lands, to gather fossil fuels from the earth, and to spread GMOs and to spread damaging fertilizer to the nature, pesticides, GMO pesticides to produce GMOs, coming from the devils who produced plastic on a grand large scale in the early 1900s. And now here we are over 100 years later. And now it's a problem, so much so that they're trying to actually feed it back to you. They put it on your clothes. That's what polyester is, just plastic. They'll take the plastic and turn it to clothes, give it to you, and that's bad for your skin. That's why it's so cheaper. If you ever wonder why you go to the store and you see two sweaters, they both look nice, but one's worth $20 while the other one worth $60, it's probably because the one that's $60 has organic or natural material like cotton, 100% maybe, and the other one's just polyester because it's just plastic because it does nothing for you, and it's an abundance of it. Coming from the devils who put plastic in the oceans, so much so that soon it's going to be more plastic in the ocean than it is fish. And that you put this out in the nature and it can't biodegrade. So now you even have plastic seas, plastic oceans, coming from the devil who's literally destroyed the planet because of his willingness to go against the order set up by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This devil is going to come out here now and tell you that you having a garden in your backyard, or you wanting to start a farm, is dangerous to the environment, and there needs to be legal consequences for you. And the only people that should be allowed to produce you your food is the companies, Big Pharma, and who they decide. So you see how your actual rights to live is being taken from you, man. The book of Daniel chapter 7, and this is why the Lord has to destroy this, man. This is the book of Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. They're thinking to change times and laws. They're telling you that the natural way for you to get food is dangerous to the earth, and you don't understand the damage that you're doing to the world. Coming from the devil that literally brought the world to complete, the world was once beautiful. You just completely destroyed the world during the Industrial Revolution and your production of plastic and your greed of deforestation in the earth, polluting the air with your GMOs, with your crops, your pesticides. You know, the pesticides and the GMOs, that's not dangerous at all. But somebody growing herbs in their backyard, oh, you don't understand how dangerous that is to the planet. And there needs to be legal consequences about that. This is the devil we're talking about. This is the great his words that he boasting against the Heavenly Father. And he's trying to change times and laws. And he's trying to say the way of doing things naturally that, you know, the scriptures tell you. Let me finish this though. Think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and a dividing of time. So, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And that's what's coming to this place. The scriptures tell you that the earth is given for all. Okay. It says in Ecclesiastes 5:9, moreover, the profit of the earth is for all, and the king himself is served by the field. So the profit of the earth is for all. But the devil is coming to tell you, no, it's only for us. And in that same video, they're telling you that you need to eat AI generated food that isn't real food, but long as it can deceive your palates to match the taste, then that's good enough. And this is what needs to be done for humans at this point, because it's time to change. You see how Yahweh Shem Yahshua has to destroy this man and put him in slavery, man? Do you see why the Lord said, and very well said, in Matthew 24, verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. This is why time is speeding up. It has to be, because if the Lord did not intervene, we would all be destroyed. We would all die. Because they're trying to turn that which is natural and holy into GMOs and organisms. Literally, they're trying to turn you into a GMO, a genetically modified organism. They're taking what Yahweh Shai, your DNA, they're taking that which is natural and pure, given from the Heavenly Father, and calling that incomplete, and instead trying to bring in their GMO DNA, or whatever it is, whether it's your GNA food, your GMO DNA apples, GMO DNA meat, lab-grown laser 3D printed meat, okay, eggs, plastic, crickets, you know. This is what they're doing, and this is why this man has to be stopped. You know, scriptures tell you the wicked boasts of his harsh desire, and the more they speak, the more it just vexes you. That's why King David said that. Lord, they vex me with their words, because they is proud and boastful, and this is why the Lord has to destroy them, man. Revelation chapter 11, verse 18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Who's that destroys the earth? Esau, Edom, and their secret counsel of the wicked, as well as Amalek. They are destroying the earth, and they're going to sit up there and tell you that you are destroying the earth. Your little garden, your little 4x4 garden growing tomatoes and potatoes is dangerous to the earth, and there needs to be legal consequences against that. But they're flying on private jets. They're expanding, they're destroying trees, okay, in Brazil and in South America to expand for greed, to grow more fossil fuels, to scrape the earth more fossil fuels for diesel and etc. And to plant GMO crops and to spread their GMO seeds with their GMO fertilizers, the pesticides that's destroying the bees, it's destroying the natural earth around them, it's destroying the earth with their plastic, destroying the seeds. None of that's a problem, but your little garden in the backyard growing some herbs and some rosemary, there needs to be legal action against that. You see this man, he's destroying the earth and he's putting the blame on the people. This is why the Lord called him the devil. Okay? And this is why he has to be destroyed. With that, I say shalom.